Welcome to Tales by Tyrell, where timeless stories come to life, filled with powerful lessons. Today we present the Cask of Amontillado, a chilling tale of cold revenge. Stay with us till the end. In the heart of Venice, amidst the grand festivities of Carnival, there lived a man named Montresor. He was a man of noble birth, wealthy and respected, but beneath his refined exterior lay a heart that burned with silent rage. For years, Montresor had endured countless offenses from another man, Fortunato. Fortunato was well known in the city, a man of wealth and high social standing, often surrounded by admirers. His love for wine and his sharp, sometimes arrogant wit made him a celebrated figure in gatherings. But in Montresor's eyes, Fortunato had committed a final insult, one that could never be forgiven. And so, on this night of Carnival, as masked revelers flooded the streets in laughter and merriment, Montresor's mind was fixed on one thing alone: revenge. Draped in a dark cloak, Montresor found Fortunato amidst the crowd. Fortunato was dressed as a jester, his costume colorful and adorned with bells that jingled with his every movement. He was already quite drunk, his face flushed with wine. "Ah, Montresor, my dear friend," Fortunato exclaimed, his voice slurred with joy. "You are just the man I wish to see." Montresor smiled, his voice warm and inviting. "Fortunato, you are fortunate indeed. I have come across a cask of Amontillado." Fortunato's eyes gleamed. Amontillado, a rare and exquisite wine. Amontillado? Impossible. I was about to seek Lucchese's opinion, but... He trailed off, feigning hesitation. Fortunato's pride flared. "Lucchese knows nothing of wine. I shall taste it for you." Montresor's smile did not falter. "Ah, but you have a cold. The dampness of my vaults may be harmful." "Nonsense," Fortunato declared. "Lead the way." And so Montresor turned, and Fortunato, drunk, proud, and oblivious, followed him towards his fate. Montresor's grand house loomed in the night. Before leaving, Montresor had carefully instructed his servants not to leave the premises under any circumstance, knowing full well they would disobey the moment his back was turned. By now, the house was deserted. Perfect. Montresor led Fortunato down a winding staircase into the Catacombs, vast underground chambers where his ancestors were laid to rest. The walls were lined with bones and decayed casks of wine. The air was cold, thick with moisture and the scent of death. Fortunato coughed, his cold worsening. "The air is foul here," he murmured. "Yes," Montresor replied calmly, "but the Amontillado lies ahead." Deeper they descended. The light from their torches flickered against ancient stone walls. The air turned colder, heavier. Yet Fortunato, fueled by wine and pride, pressed on. At last they reached a small, hollow recess in the furthest part of the crypt. Montresor stopped and gestured. "The Amontillado is within." Fortunato, eager and unguarded, stepped inside. And in that moment, Montresor struck. In swift, practiced movements, he chained Fortunato to the stone wall. "What's this?" Fortunato laughed nervously. "A jest, Montresor?" Montresor did not answer. Instead, he retrieved bricks and mortar from a hidden corner and began to seal the entrance with stone. "Montresor?" Fortunato's voice trembled. "This joke goes too far." Still, Montresor remained silent. Brick by brick, he built the wall. Fortunato's laughter turned to disbelief, then to horror. "For the love of God, Montresor!" Fortunato screamed. Montresor paused, his voice cold. "Yes, for the love of God." Brick after brick. Silence. The torchlight flickered one final time before Montresor placed the last stone. For 50 years, no one would uncover the fate of Fortunato. And in Montresor's heart, there was peace. In pace requiescat, rest in peace. Hatred is a prison that binds the soul. Montresor sought peace through vengeance. But in the end, his heart became as cold and lifeless as the stone he built around Fortunato. Revenge may satisfy the moment, but it often leaves an emptiness that can never be filled. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe to Tales by Tyrell. We'll see you next time with another unforgettable story. Until then, be careful with whom you trust.